Welcome back to the desert, welcome to Mexico, welcome to the Sonora Rally. This is the 9th edition of this remarkable event, but the very first time it has been part of the FIM and FIA calendar. After the Dakar and the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, we are gearing up for round 3 of this year's World Rally Raid Championship. Some of the biggest names in the sport have arrived in Sonora, most of them for the first time, and they can't wait to get started.
Come on, man.
Very happy, looking forward to it. Hopefully, we'll be here for many years.
I'm really excited. This is obviously my favorite race of the year. The scenery and everywhere we get to race through is just absolutely beautiful. I just love being here and love racing my dirt bike, so I'm going to have fun.
It's good to see a lot of new faces here. It's cool to see. I've already this morning had probably 5, 6 guys say, it's my first time doing a rally. So yeah, Sonora's a good place to do it, and hopefully, yeah, it treats us well.
You know, it's very awesome that the FIA is here. You know, you get to see the big dogs that are competing worldwide in rally, and that's the first time ever in history that they're here.
Yeah, we need to watch out. There's going to be quite a lot of cactus on the edges of the route, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to get to know the real Mexico from the local people and explore the place, and yeah, it should be quite cool.
Very excited to be here. I've never been down here, and this is actually where a lot of my family's from, where my family originated from, and unfortunately I've never been here, so it's been nice to be down here, learn how it is, and be with the whole team.
It all kicked off with a 10-kilometre prologue around the town of Hermosillo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go get it!
The Autodrome Cerro Colorado is normally used for drag racing, but here it was the 115 vehicles of the Sonora Rally tearing down the track as they fought for the best possible starting position on stage 1. The 10 quickest competitors in the FIM Rally GP and FIA classes would get to choose where they set off the following day. Bradley Cox from Rally 2 was actually quickest on 2 wheels, but he wasn't a part of the draw, and he would have to start after the elite factory riders. The FIA World Championship leader Sebastian Loeb was 4th. He actually needed a tow back to the bivouac from his closest rival Nasser Al-Attiyah, who was 2nd behind Yazid Al-Raji. In the bikes, the prime choice went to W2RC leader Toby Price.
Yeah, a couple of tight, tricky corners in there, and I missed a couple here and there, but all in all, the race is only just new, so yeah, long way to go yet. So plenty of racing to go, and looking forward to what Sonora will bring. Canada and Mexico, of course.
Most of the riders gathering for the draw and the briefing that evening were eager to discover Sonora, but Ricky Brabeck knows this rally well. He is the record 4-time winner in the bikes.
Yeah, it's been 2 years since I've been here, and I'm happy to be back here in Hermosillo. I had success the last time we were starting in Hermosillo, so we're hoping again for another successful rally.
We have a lot of experience. We try to do our best. We check our car, everything working very well, and I am sure we can enjoy, because we hear a lot of nice desert here in Sonora, and the landscape is nice, and we are happy, really to be here.
On to the first proper day of rallying with a loop around Hermosillo. Watch out for that cactus and make sure you don't get stung early. Nacho Cornejo would be opening the piste for the bikes, with Loeb setting off first in the cars. This was a technical first outing where competitors would theoretically benefit from occasionally easing off the gas. A total of 355 kilometres to cover, with 170 against the clock. It wasn't the best day for Price, who chose to start in 6th place. The big Aussie lost 8 minutes after a navigation mistake, meaning he's already on the back foot. Kevin Benavides, the winner of this year's Dakar, is already back in action just 2 months after he suffered a leg fracture. The Argentine is obviously not on top form. He was 12th on this first stage. Skylar House is the defending champion in Sonora. The Husqvarna star a couple of minutes down today in 6th place. Stage honours went to Tosha Sharena, who is riding for Honda, but not with the factory team. Over in the cars, Nasser Al-Attiyah set out his stall with a dominant Stage 1 victory. After 2 rounds of the W2RC, the Qatari trails Loeb by 16 points at the top of the standings, but he managed to put 2 minutes and 42 seconds into the Frenchman today. Loeb lost a bit of time opening on the narrow tracks, cutting the bushes back with the side of the car in his words, but he will be in a good position to attack tomorrow as he continues his quest for a first W2RC crown. The Red Bull Can-Am factory team have brought their full armada in the T3s, but it was their rivals celebrating on stage 1. Joao Ferreira was second quickest in his X-Ride Yamaha, a minute down on Matthias Ekstrom, who has again traded his Audi for a South Racing buggy. There are only 2 quads competing in Mexico. Rodolfo Guioli has an eye on the W2RC podium, but so far he has been second best to the Dakar finisher, Vidas Cancius. Rokas Baciuska, meanwhile, is in a league of his own in the T4s, with Dakar winner Eric Gokshaw sitting out the season to focus on his studies. Everybody just happy to be underway.
Looking forward to getting in the more open desert because today was still quite technical. But yeah, bike feels good and happy to be here racing in Mexico.
Today it was good stage and we win the stage and it was beginning of the Sonora Rally and we are looking really for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a long day for everybody. We open and we try to do our best.
The sun rising on stage 2 of the Sonora Rally. The drivers will head west from Hermosillo to the Sea of Cortez before cruising north to Puerto Peñasco. The special has been shortened to 162 kilometres for safety reasons. Coastline, cactus, and crashes. It was a dramatic day in the bikes as the defending champion Skylar House took an early spill. The American was forced to abandon his favourite rally with shoulder injuries, but he was thankful to have avoided more serious damage, notably thanks to his airbag jacket. In the meantime, Daniel Sanders powered to the stage victory in spite of opening and grabbed the overall lead from Sharena.
Yeah, it was good to get into the rhythm again, and sure we're going to be up the front tomorrow and yeah, have to focus on the road book again.
But it was a miserable day for the other Gas factory rider, Sam Sunderland. He crashed out at kilometre 24 after overshooting a high-speed right turn. Luckily, the world champion escaped serious injury, but he still had to abandon. Poor old Sunderland is yet to finish a rally this season after crashing at the Dakar and just before Abu Dhabi. We wish him and Howes a speedy recovery. Sharena, on the other hand, keeping up his very consistent start. The Spaniard isn't a part of the W2RC this season, but only lost 1 minute and 15 to Sanders to remain second overall at the rally. Toby Price was third today, but he is now 9 minutes off the pace. In the cars, Sebastian Loeb came roaring back to take the stage win and the overall lead. The BRX man enjoys hunting down a victory in Mexico. He won here 6 times during his glittering WRC career. Alatia lost a bit of time opening the piste, trying to squeeze that T1 Plus Toyota Hilux between the cactus. He and co-driver Mathieu Pomel were still satisfied enough with their performance, and their gap to Loeb overall is just a measly 3 seconds. Guerlain Chichery was forced to do the last 45k of the stage without front-wheel drive, but he still came 5th behind the Brazilian Baumgart brothers, who are also in pro-drive hunters, the Frenchman 3rd overall. Rokas Baciuska took a comfortable win in T4, but it was a hard-fought day over in the T3s, with just over 3 minutes separating the top 5. Top of the pile was the 3-time Dakar winner Chaleco Lopez, who's now up to 2nd overall behind Ekstrom.
We're ready for tomorrow. We're gonna try to push a little bit and try to get the lead of the overall. At least we're gonna try.
The big thing is just trying to buy the fast straight road.
Stage 3 and disaster for the FIA World Championship leader Sebastian Loeb. Today's loop around Puerto Peñasco features the longest special of the rally at 350 kilometres, and there's a real mix of terrain with sand, tarmac, stony tracks and dry riverbeds. It was another early start for the bikers, with Sanders leading them into the stage at 6:30 a.m. sharp. He was followed by Schreiner and Brebeck, who was slapped with a 15-minute penalty for changing his engine overnight. The Honda factory riders not having the best time so far at this rally. Sanders, on the other hand, was having a ball. Opening has historically been one of the toughest aspects of rally raid in the bikes, but the introduction of bonus seconds for the leading 3 riders this season has really changed the game. Chucky pocketed a whopping 6 minutes 54 of bonuses here to open up a sizable gap overall. The Aussie moving one step closer to his first big overall victory in the sport. Toby Price lost 7 minutes 40 to his compatriot, but he still did better than most, jumping up to 4th place overall. Schreiner continuing to outdo the Honda factory riders like Brebeck, who got a 1-minute speeding penalty and finished on the same time as Price. The Spaniard is still 2nd overall, 7 minutes behind Sanders.
Yeah, I'm really happy with my navigation. Another day in the dust, another super fast day. And yeah, I'm super happy to fight in with the top riders for the overall, and yeah, focus on tomorrow in stage 4, and yeah, only 2 to go.
It turned out to be a pivotal day in the cars, and Nasser Al-Attiyah was unquestionably the big winner. And that's because Sebastian Loeb's BRX Hunter ended up in a ditch at kilometre 12, meaning he couldn't finish the stage. Even worse, it turned out that his co-driver, Fabian Lurca, had a minor shoulder fracture, so they had to withdraw from the rally completely. They wouldn't score any points in the W2RC. And Al-Attiyah wasn't the only beneficiary of Loeb's troubles. Yazid Al-Raji stormed to the stage win, going up to 2nd place overall. Al-Attiyah came 3rd on the day, and he now leads the rally by almost 3 minutes from Al-Raji. More importantly, he's in an excellent position to open up a big lead in a championship. There was also a fine performance from Sebastian Halpern, who was 2nd in his Mini, but the day belonged to Al-Raji.
Today is a really stage. We enjoy a lot, and okay, not easy to open sometimes. And team will do a great job like always, and everything going well with us. Okay, yesterday unlucky, but today we come back and we push again. I hope continue like that until finish of the rally.
It was another good day for the non-Red Bull drivers in T3, as Ekström took his 2nd stage victory by almost 4 minutes from Ferreira. The Swede now leads Cristina Gutierrez by almost 10 minutes overall, with Bachuska nearly half an hour clear in the T4s. Chaleco Lopez ground to a halt early due to a mechanical and dropped down to 7th place overall. After a long day out in the wilderness, there's nothing like returning to HQ for a few home comforts. Ekström no doubt savoured his dinner as much as that stage win.
Yeah, we had a very good stage in general, and the start was, of course, a little bit strange to see Sebastian having an accident, but after we had a good, nice stage, and it was really a good mixture of a bit of everything. So we had some dunes, a bit of sandy tracks, and some stones, and fast and slow technical. So I think it was a really cool stage, very similar to something we see during the Dakar.
To stage 4, another loop around Puerto Peñasco. The competitors will head east, passing close to the American border before making their way back to the fishing port. But today is going to be less about the sea and more about the sand. There's more than one way to surf in this part of the world. It's a slightly shorter day with around 250 kilometres against the clock. The riders will have to make sure they stick to the tracks because there are plenty of hidden dangers in the off-road vegetation. A chance to also see these beautiful white dunes, which could catch a few people out. Ross Branch has been having fun here, but hasn't quite found the speed to match the top guys, in Botswana 7th overall. Romain Dumontier sits 12th, but he's dominating in Rally 2. And Branch's hero teammate Sebastian Buda sits just inside the top 10 overall after 4 stages. Price picked up the stage win today, even if the gaps were minimal. With bonus seconds, he only made up 1 minute and 40 seconds on Sanders, although he did close the gap on Luciano Benavides in the fight for the final podium spot.
Yeah, it was another fast, wide open day. So, yeah, as you see the tracks behind us, it's pretty much what it is all day. So it's, yeah, really difficult to try and make time on guys, but it's, yeah, we're still in a good position. Yeah, it's been a fun rally so far, and yeah, enjoying it. So, one more day to go.
Yeah, all in all, I enjoyed the day. It was really some fast piece with some bumps, so I enjoyed the day, and yeah, looking forward for tomorrow. Looks like the positions in the front are really tight, so I will do my best tomorrow and see what we can do at the end.
Sanders still looking supreme as he opened for the 3rd day in a row, bagging over 5 minutes of bonuses. It's hard to see anybody stopping him from taking overall victory. Adrian van Beveren won't be doubling up after Abu Dhabi, but he still had some fun in the sand, and he wasn't the only one. Nasser Al-Attiyah cruising his way towards another overall victory. The Qatari claimed a stage 4 win by 4.5 minutes from Al Raji, opening up a lead of more than 7 minutes overall. Barring any final day accidents, he's heading back to the top of the World Championship standings.
Yeah, it was difficult, similar yesterday, and it's a lot of navigation, but okay, we did a good job. We start P3 today and we catch everybody, and yeah, I'm really quite happy, you know, to make a good stage, and except one puncher we have front, you know, and it's okay.
It was another tough day in the Pro Drive paddock as Gerlan Shishiri suffered electrical failure. The Frenchman had been leading the stage after reverting to his settings from last year's Rally to Maroc, which he won. Al Raji couldn't keep pace with Al-Attiyah, but the Saudi was still the best of the rest. And after his historic victory in Abu Dhabi, he's on course to come second in Mexico, sitting over 5 minutes clear of Sebastian Halpern. Another solid effort from the Argentine to come third on the day. This time in the T3s, it was all about the Red Bulls. They got all 5 of their buggies into the top 5 on the stage. Seth Quintero getting his best result so far in second, while stage winner Mitch Guthrie snatched the overall lead from Matthias Ekstrom.
Yeah, the terrain was definitely a little bit more difficult today. The start was super rocky, so we probably went a little bit too slow in there just to make sure we didn't get any punctures, but it was definitely a different day than what we're used to. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. It was a really good time. I love Mexico. I love racing out here. I'm having an amazing time meeting everybody, so excited for tomorrow. Unfortunately, tomorrow's the last day, but excited to race it, and hopefully we'll be back soon.
Yeah, we're really happy. Had a good day. Stage 4 was awesome. We've had a good rally so far, just haven't got a stage win yet, so it's good to have one of those under our belt. Kellen did a great job. The car was great. Mechanics did awesome, and big battle tomorrow. 1 more stage to go. It's a short one, so it's gonna be a sprint, and we're excited.
Yeah, I think, you know, the results, you know, the first couple of days we're getting our feet, but as people got into the rhythm and they got to see what Sonora looks like and experience the friendliness of the people and all the great food we've had here in Penasco, you know, at the end of the stage today, and there was a lot of people who going, man, this is great. There's never seen anything like this before, and racing through the cactus and on the beach, and they just loved it. So I think the overall impression has been very positive, and I think it's put the world's eyes on Sonora, which is, you know, kind of, you know, a nice thing for us. And I think kind of what one of our main goals was to show the state of Sonora and to show Mexico to the rest of the world.
Four stages down, 1 to go. It's time for the final sprint shootout of the Sonora Rally 2023. Only 139k of special on the menu, heading from Puerto Penasco to San Luis, Rio Colorado. Sanders rounded out his week on a high note with a 3rd stage victory. After various injury problems in recent years, the 28-year-old finally has his first World Championship victory, and a thoroughly deserved one at that. Toby Price held on to his World Championship lead, finishing third among W2RC riders, but Luciano Benavides and Adrian van Beveren are breathing down his neck, while Sanders climbs up to fifth.
Cool. Really excited to finally get my first win in rally. It's been a long time and a lot of bad luck, so finally got to celebrate the first win, and it's really good for the Red Bull Gas team that we got a win. So yeah.
Sanders winning ahead of Sharena and Luciano Benavides as Romain Dumontier conquered the Rally 2 class with 5 consecutive wins. Paolo Lucci still leads him in the championship, but it's now only by 3 points. Massimo Kamuri dominated the first Rally 3 event of the season, while Las Vidas Cancias extended his W2RC lead with victory in the quads. Sanders winning the 9th Sonora Rally by 8 minutes 12 from Sharena, with everybody else over 15 minutes back. Matthias Walkner rounding out the top 5 for Red Bull KTM. The W2RC is hotting up nicely with 2 rounds to go. Only 9 points now separating Price, Luciano Benavides and Van Beveren up at the top. As expected, Nasser Al-Attiyah finished the job in the cars, winning by over 6 minutes from Yazid Al-Raji. The Saudi finishing in style with the Stage 5 honours.
Yeah, really, it was an amazing weekend, and we are so happy to win this race after a big crash in Abu Dhabi, and now we are have a big lead for the championship and to defend our championship, and thank for the people, thank for the organization, thank for all the support this race, it's for us is very important.
Al-Attiyah and Al-Raji leading in the X-Raid minis of Halpern and Dennis Krotov, with Juan Cruz Jacopini in 5th place. The W2RC leaderboard now looks very different indeed. Al-Attiyah leads by 30 points from Al-Raji, with the unfortunate Loeb now 35 points off the pace. David Zille took the final stage win in the T3s as Guthrie secured the overall victory ahead of Ekstrom. Austin Jones now leads the championship by just a single point. 4 of the 5 Red Bulls in the top 5, with Seth Quintero paying the price for ripping off a wheel on stage 1. An impressive showing from Ekstrom to finish as the runner-up. It's as tight as can be at the top, with only 1 point separating Jones and Quintero. Guthrie is still very much in the fight as well before we head to Argentina over the summer. Finally, Rokas Baciuska was unbeatable in the T4s, taking all 5 stages to win by almost 2 hours. Only 3 other crews took part in Sonora, and they couldn't lay a finger on the Lithuanian. Rebecca Busi was the best of the rest, followed by Shinsuke Umeda and Eduardo Ponce. In the championship, Baciuska now has a huge lead over Eric Goksha, who's only done the Dakar this year. The 23-year-old is well on course to defend his title. And so we come to the end of the Sonora Rally, a time to celebrate and reflect on what has been a memorable week.
It was a pleasure to be here, Mexico, first time for me and for Sonora Rally. The organization, it's good, we have a good time. Yeah, thanks for them, and I also want to thank Red Bull Cannon Factoring because happy to be here, they bring the bag, in good pace, and just we need to use that, and we used it good. We finished in our category T1, and we are now leading more points now, and we are now safe, and I hope we can win the World Championship.
The W2RC hopefuls will now have a well-earned break before round 4 in Argentina at the end of August. Thanks for joining us for the new look Sonora Rally, and we'll see you again in 2024.